So, Jim, I'm ready to see one of the cabins. I'm very eager to see that. Could you show me one?
I'll do even better. I'll give you a tour of the whole property. How's that sound?
How much time do you have?
How much time do you have?
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's go. We have these awesome little cabins. These have been now completely transformed, right? They are the 1930 bones for the 21st century. So we have these steel siding, steel roof. This is going to last forever, right? And this is going to be the basis for what we're doing. But on the inside, we want to make them nice and cozy. So come on in, let's take a look. But we are not finished yet, but this is our cozy cabin. So you're going to have to forgive a little bit of the construction mess, but we are getting close. This is now starting to look like what we'd envisioned. So we've taken these low, dark ceilings that were like 7 feet tall. It was like just oppressively low, and it felt so closed in and almost claustrophobic. Well, we've blown the ceiling out. As you can see, we've done spray foam throughout, so we're able to make this into a really tight envelope. New doors, new windows, new ceiling, new pretty much everything. The walls, the side, the bones are still good, but everything else is going to be new. So we're going to have a seating area. We're going to have a bed, we're going to have a couch, we're going to have all of the space that you need for a family or a couple to come in and be comfortable. But we had to try to be creative because this little space, this was tiny, right? This is a tiny little bathroom that we have, again, blown out to be a little bit bigger to make it more 21st century size, but it's still small. So this is now a pocket door. So you have to imagine, here's our pocket door, open it up. You come in and you've got a custom vanity. So we've got ash vanity. This is a beautiful piece of wood that we're having made into a custom drop-in sink with an LED light vanity. So you're able to come in here, take care of business in the vanity. We have a toilet and we have a giant, by this cabin size, a giant 36 by 36 shower. We're gonna have on-demand electric water here. And this is all gonna be just the best use of space because we have so little space that we're going to try to use every square inch that we have.
And you're doing that with every cabin, obviously.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's amazing.
And so we've got this.
Impressive.
Thank you. And we're doing this again with the contrasting styles. So we've got this dark cherry wood mixed with this knotty pine. So the knotty pine, the Amish team that came in, they burned the edges here. They put in all the windows and the doors and the siding and the ceiling and the roof, and all of that is all put together by an awesome Amish team. And we even managed to find a little space for storage. So
wow,
this is what we have for our little space.
Everything you need.
Exactly.
Excellent.
All right, shall we see one of the other ones look like?
Sure, let's go.
Cool.
I'll follow you.
So on 3 of the cabins, we have this beautiful overhang, and instead of the boring 4x4 or 6x6 post, we had an idea. So Don Leatherberry, another active community member, was able to help us find some logs that fit perfectly. And so we put them in and made this awesome rustic touch here. So we've got each of the 3 cabins that have these overhangs, plus the caretaker cottage, plus the bar. Each are going to have these really cool centerpiece log supports.
Very nice touch. Adds to the whole ambiance of Fireside cabin.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful.
Thanks. This whole thing was just a lazy river, right? This was just flowing with water. And I can tell you that I spent 3 hours one day down there pumping out the lazy river, trying to get the water out so we get the utilities in. I mean, it was an experience. It wasn't just me, there was a whole team of us doing all that.
Yeah, it looks like a natural river there, so.
But now it's a swale, so now it directs the water. So before it was a lazy river, we didn't want it to have water in it. Now it's a perfect funnel to be able to get the water out and away and doesn't hit the cabins. That's the biggest thing.
Beautiful.
All right, so welcome to the duplex. So same kind of concept here. We had, in this case, it wasn't even the low wood ceilings. Here it was really just about the old 70s, 80s, just not good construction. And so what we did was we took all of this and changed everything, right? So we took the ceiling, blew out the ceiling. We went with a knotty pine finish throughout. Same thing with the finish. The trim was all done with the Japanese style burn trim that the Amish did with us. We're going to have these awesome heat pumps because it's well insulated. We don't need a ton of heating and cooling, but it's a duplex. So we're going to have, in this space, there's going to be a bed there, a seating area. We're going to have a TV on the wall here. We're going to have a bunk bed here. And then this is going to be our lock-off space. So you come in, you have a family, you stay this spot, great. You have two families, or you have a bigger group, well, you can rent both.
Open it up.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
perfect. So here we are. So let's go on the other side. So now we're in the kids' bunk room. So we have, you can see we've wired in internet throughout. Again, it's important, coming in as a non-internet person, not realizing how big of a deal having network access is. I'm like, oh, I can just do a mesh network for this whole site. No, that was not a good idea. That was a failure on Jim's part. So midstream, we had to be like, all right, let's fix this. And so because we were doing all the utilities, we could add in, bring in the network infrastructure. So we're able to do that at the same time.
Very nice.
For this being the kids' room, we've got a bunk bed here. We're gonna have a TV on the wall. And then this space is a little bit bigger on this half of the duplex. So this is gonna be able to be closed off because if you come out here, now we're in the parent side of the room and we can just close this off with a barn door. Kids are in their space, and out here we're with the parent side. So parents have their queen bed here, sitting area, TV, fridge, microwave. Again, nice big vaulted ceiling here. So we've got basically the mirror image, just this one's a little bit bigger. So we have these images of this exact building from the 1940s and seeing how it was, but we're not standing on it right now. Back in the 40s, this was a chimney that went up and heated this space back with wood fire. And now here we are heating it with modern heat pumps. So it's amazing what we've done just in the last 70, 80 years. But again, we're trying to maximize space. So we've used another pocket door here, and we tried to make this space here as big as possible. So this is going to be our biggest bathroom. We've got our vanity, our toilet, and again, a shower. And this shower is going to be big enough to have an extra 4 inches. So it doesn't seem like much, but it'll be a bigger shower. So we've got a 40-inch shower as opposed to a 36-inch shower as we do in the other ones.
I remember what this looked like before.
Yeah.
It's transformation. Yeah, this is excellent.
Thank you.
Good work.
Thank you. Well, we're getting there. This is probably 70% complete right now.
Okay.
I would say.
More to come.
More to come. More to follow. Yes. This is mid-phase. You got to have your imagination still because this is not quite the finished product. But shall we go see what the bar looks like upstairs?
I'm ready to roll.
All right. Again, having the cabins is the centerpiece, but also having this space being open for not only guests, but also for a larger venue for the community. So we can host things like larger events. Like if people want to bring in a group to have like a wellness center or have a larger group gathering, this space will be the space for it because we're going to have a large communal fire pit right here. Each cabin has their own fire ring, but then we have a large communal fire pit right here. Again, being built into the side of the hill. And then putting on the imagination cap, we're going to build in a stage with water and power so that we can bring in some music. So we have this whole space out here able to be with music and drink and fire, and this will be just an awesome space to hang out and chill, both for the guests and for the local community.
Looks like a great gathering spot
Yes.
and way to celebrate outdoors.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome.
Okay.
All right, let's hit the last spot. So now this one you're gonna have to use the most imagination on because we are in the most crazy state of disrepair because we've torn up everything, but we're putting it all back together. However, we've already bought our keg box.
That's a good start for a
Yeah,
while. Good start.
So we're gonna be able to serve 6 different types of beer on tap. We're gonna build our bar out on top of this. We're gonna serve wine, beer, soda, water, juice, kind of whatever you want, as well as snacks, prepackaged snacks. But if you wanna come over here, we could take a little closer look. It's, again, chaos, but it is starting to come together. You can start to see how it looks. And it's a little dark right now because we don't have power to it, but let's come take a little closer. Okay, so like I said, state of disrepair, it's crazy, it's chaos, but we're in a time crunch. So right now we are super pushed by the infrastructure. We made a change yesterday that we're gonna have the bar in a totally different configuration, and so that means we have to have totally different utilities. So we're saw cutting in our drain and water line, which is why you're standing in this, which is basically cutting out all this concrete. So it'll all be gone here in a day. But to do that, it requires a lot of work. But what we've done in this space is take this old bar, this garage, and turn it into a bar. In order to do that, we've done basically where we've repurposed everything. So all this wood on the wall, this is the stuff from the ceilings that we blew out and went up. We used it here on the walls. Up on the ceiling, we have the spray foam. Again, we're trying to make this space feel as large as possible. With these trusses, we can't really blow it up all the way to the ceiling, but we're gonna keep it open all the way. So we're now having to use, or we're getting to use all the things that we had before. We're gonna build out the bar. You saw the tap box, it'll be right here. The bar will be built on top of it. We're gonna have our mechanicals on the back wall here. We'll have a sink, we'll have a triple sink, we'll have a dishwasher, we'll have a cooler, we'll have storage, we'll have all of the space here down in the front. This will be a nice big 12-foot bar with the storage, and then tucked off in the corner will be our bathroom. So we'll have the ability to welcome in everyone. You can use the bathroom here, and then you can go out and enjoy the grounds. Or better yet, enjoy having a drink or two and then stay the night in our cabins here. But our cabins are going to be all contactless. So everything we do is going to be contactless. So you can sign up online, and all the codes will be without key. You don't have to have a key to get into it, because we get a code, a unique code for every guest who comes in. It will all be contactless. So
Very impressive. Well, I can feel the vision,
okay.
if you would. A lot of work to be done yet, Jim, but
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm sure it'll come together just like everything else.
So far, so good.
You and Anna, congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks, George. Appreciate
Very
it.
cool.
Thank you.